Longer than 30.
Right now at 10, federal funding cuts threaten a UW lacrosse program, how it could affect area schools.
And the latest on a Menominee fire that destroyed a business and the apartments above.
Plus, the Boys and Girls Club celebrating a milestone with a university in lacrosse.
Watching WKBT Lacrosse, this is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening, I'm Emily Brown.
And I'm Ken Kozarowski. Federal funding cuts threaten a popular UW lacrosse program. It's the Adapted Physical Education program. It trains future educators on how to work with children with disabilities. That program has received federal grant money for 40 years. The university says the cuts will limit the program's ability to support local school districts and the amount of teachers they can train.
These aren't just one-time things that these families or kids participate in. These kids are part of our programming from the time that they're 4 or 5 years old all the way up until they age out of school at 21 or 22 years old. And so it's more than just a program. It's part of these kids' life.
UWL is now seeking alternative funding sources. It has also contacted congressional representatives for possible options.
Lieutenant Governor Sarah Rodriguez was in the Driftless region today. She was discussing federal funding cuts to libraries and museums. Rodriguez visited Viroqua's McIntosh Library and the County Museum and North Dalen Nature Center.
They are doing so many things within the community. They bring people together, and it's really important for us to make sure that we're continuing to support them in the budget for Wisconsin, and that we highlight what is happening with these federal cuts that you wouldn't think would affect someplace like Viroqua, Wisconsin, but it is.
Now, no word yet if state budget money will be able to offset the Trump administration's cuts.
Senator Tammy Baldwin hosting a virtual press conference with local Medicaid recipients as congressional Republicans advance plans Democrats say will slash Medicaid and kick 228,000 Wisconsinites off their health care. And the House Rules Committee met at 1 a.m. this previous morning to advance legislation to cut billions from Medicaid funding.
You don't host a hearing at 1 in the morning when you are proud of what you're doing. You host a congressional hearing at 1 in the morning if you're trying to hide what you're doing from the American people.
Medicaid provides care for more than 1.2 million people in Wisconsin.
Child care providers and community members discussed rising child care costs at a roundtable today. The meeting highlighted the importance of securing funding for services in the 2025 through 27 budget, especially funding for the Child Care Counts program. Department of Children and Family Secretary Jeff Pirtle says the funds are necessary to offset rising costs across the state.
It is expensive to be a young family. Housing prices are really high. Childcare is a huge part of people's budgets, and we're seeing double-digit price increases year over year. Young families can't afford it. We're going to need the state to be a key part of that solution.
According to a new market rate survey, Wisconsin families are facing up to an 11% increase in monthly child care tuition costs.
The Lacrosse Center's roof needs repairs. News 8 Now has learned the cost could be about $50,000. There are reported leaks on one part of the roof. Officials are hoping to get the go-ahead on the fixes at next month's city council meeting.
Well, no word yet on what caused a fast-moving fire in Menominee. Fire officials say the fire broke out at Town and Country Antiques. It's near Main Street E and 3rd Street E. The business appears to be a total loss and the apartments above it. Crews on scene say everyone got out of the building and no one was hurt.
Couldn't get a knockdown right away. It was hard to identify where the fire was and extinguish it, so the conditions rapidly got worse.
The Red Cross is helping those displaced. The fire also forced several streets in the area to close down.
Well, updates on that severe weather outbreak last Thursday. The National Weather Service says Wisconsin recorded 13 tornadoes. Mayville had an EF2 on the ground for about 12 minutes, and in Lowell, an EF1 was in rotation for about 10 minutes.
Well, a bit of a gloomy day today. I didn't even get to go outside too much. I decided to stay in and avoid a headache. I swear these clouds give me headaches, Greg.
It's kind of odd, but yeah, yes. Let's see the headaches with there. Usually the sun and dry conditions help to dry things out. But we are going to see more sun as we go throughout tomorrow. That's the good news. The wet conditions are coming to an end, and we look to be in kind of a dry stretch here coming up. But for the meantime, for tonight, you're still going to be kind of damp right now, especially we have light rain or drizzle falling depending on location. But the back edge of this is beginning to approach Eau Claire, and you go further north, they're already starting to see not in the way of much precipitation. But it will continue for at least a couple more hours as it wraps around this low that's now pushed well off to the east on the other side of Michigan, but the influences are still overhead. As we kind of time it out, we'll see a lot of this activity begin to diminish probably after about 1 to 2. Still could see a little bit pockets of drizzle, mainly for areas south of I-90 through the morning commute. But notice further to the north, they're already starting to clear things out for Ladysmith and eventually Eau Claire. So that means we're going to see some sunshine for at least northern areas. La Crosse may be a little bit closer to noon that we start seeing the sun, but it will eventually come out, as Eau Claire will probably see it early in the morning with a few more clouds going in the afternoon, but getting back up to 59. That's already 9 degrees warmer than we've ever had by noon. So that gives you an idea what we're going to go ahead. But we'll break down the temperatures throughout the weekend and show you when we might actually get close to 80 once again.
All right.
Headaches clearing out now. Thank you. Happening around the state, despite neighborhood opposition, Buc-ee's Travel Center is moving forward in Oak Creek. The council voted 4-1 to approve permits for it. Some residents have already filed lawsuits to block the 120 pump facility. Buc-ee says construction could start within months if conditions for the permit are met.
It's a first birthday for the Borealis, Amtrak's Twin Cities to Chicago train line, celebrating 1 year of service today. The route carrying over 212,000 passengers since its launch. Initial projections had it at 155,000. La Crosse hosting a celebration event this afternoon.
It's just been a great addition for us to have this, and we're blessed that it's working out so well. We look forward to many, many years of it assisting and bringing people to our region.
The line connects passengers from St. Paul through Wisconsin to Chicago.
La Crosse Regional Airport is still working to bring back Delta Airlines. Delta dropped its regular service 2 years ago. The topic was discussed during an aviation board meeting this week. News 8 Now was also told that other carriers like Allegiant, United, and Breeze Airways are also being considered.
Amplify by Gunderson is celebrating its Project Search class of 2025. 6 interns received their diplomas during today's commencement. The graduates spent their final year of high school gaining on-the-job experience with the health system. The program prepares students with learning difficulties and disabilities for competitive employment opportunities after graduation.
Preparation program. They're here to learn soft skills, which are really what's most important about finding employment and being successful in employment. Right? We can teach hard skills to lots of people. It's a lot of the soft skill things that we don't necessarily get through school.
72 interns have graduated from Project Search since the launch 8 years ago.
Recipients of the Dale Scholar Program were recognized at a luncheon today. The program offers nursing and technical students employment at Mayo Clinic Health System after their graduation. Recipients also receive up to $15,000 and mentorship opportunities.
An amazing opportunity for students who are just graduating from their program and entering their field of choice for the first time. It's providing an opportunity to gain employment within their local community right out of college, as well as the financial incentive to help support them.
Nursing students in their final year at Viterbo University are eligible to apply for the program.
Now, speaking of Viterbo, the Boys and Girls Club are celebrating 20 years of partnership with Viterbo. The Amy Matthey Center was one of the first clubs to be on a college campus, a practice that has since spread across the nation. The facility offers mentoring and academic support for youth in the area while offering leadership opportunities for college students.
Kids that are growing up in our clubs, specifically at the Matthey Center on the Viterbo campus, learning life lessons, being mentored by Viterbo students and even some staff members, and then to attend Viterbo University and walk across that stage. You couldn't write a better story.
Today's event brought together donors, staff, and alumni.
Actor and comedian George Wendt passed away in his home yesterday. Wendt graduated from Campion High School in Prairie du Chien. That school is now a correctional institution. While that school may no longer exist, Wendt's memory continues.
Like pretty cool. I used to watch him on Cheers. Love the show. It's pretty awesome. John Caber had went to school with him, so that's kind of how I knew. I know he had came and visited in town a couple times when it was owned by Cabers.
Wendt also made a trip back to the region in 2011, that year attending Oktoberfest to promote his book, Drinking George.
House Republicans worked to pass the president's sprawling budget bill.
Plus, a maintenance worker arrested in connection to the escape of 10 Louisiana prisoners. Up next.
Get solar and get saving with Olson Solar Energy.
The biggest thing I want to get across to people, whether it's via email or voicemail or text, is we are a local Wisconsin family-owned turnkey solar company.
We have project managers that will walk you through the process, keep you informed along the way, and make sure that the communication is the best that it can be.
All the financial benefits are awesome. And then on top of that, it's green energy. How can you lose?
Wherever you are in Wisconsin, there's a free and confidential Aging and Disability Resource Center, ADRC, or Tribal Partner Agency. We're here for older adults, adults with disabilities, and your families. ADRCs are a bridge to support for benefits and financial assistance, transportation, in-home care, and more. Get to know your local ADRC and connect with resources now. Call toll-free 1-844-WIS-ADRC or go to findmyadrc.org.
Ryan wants to get every new device that's smart. I'm wondering, how can the internet handle all of this?
We have Spectrum Internet. We use it for everything. Homework, remote work from home, doing research for trips.
Spectrum Internet allows us to do things faster and more conveniently.
I feel like that's a win-win for everybody.
Fast, reliable internet starting at $30 a month, backed by the Spectrum commitment to keep you connected.
In Washington, members of Congress continue to debate the merits of President Trump's budget bill.
Trump and the Speaker of the House are hopeful the bill will pass this week. But as CBS News' Erica Brown reports, a number of Republican holdouts may stand in the way of that happening.
As President Trump welcomed the Florida Gators, the National Men's College Basketball Champions, to the White House Wednesday, House Republicans worked to push across the finish line what he calls his one big beautiful bill.
I feel very confident that we're going to keep this bill moving tonight. Keeping this bill moving means passing it. And look, we know the margins are tight.
House Speaker Mike Johnson was pushing for a House vote on the bill as soon as Wednesday afternoon, but it's unclear if the president will have the votes needed for the bill to pass due to a number of Republican holdouts.
You will see how all of this is resolved, but I think we can resolve their concern.
The budget package includes an additional $350 billion for border security, deportations, and defense, and spending cuts to entitlement programs. But members of the House Freedom Caucus say those cuts and efforts to root out waste, fraud, and abuse in Medicaid don't go far enough.
You're having 7 times more money going to the able-bodied than the vulnerable. We're trying to fix that.
President Trump worked to rally support for his bill, calling key Republicans for a meeting at the White House Wednesday afternoon. White House officials say the meeting moved the ball in the right direction and called on Congress to immediately pass this bill. The markets tumbled Wednesday due in part to concerns the president's spending bill could lead to exploding federal deficits. The House Rules Committee began debating the legislation in the wee hours Wednesday morning. The committee's vote is the last hurdle before the bill can go to the full House for a vote. Erica Brown, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
5 inmates are still on the loose after escaping a New Orleans jail. Last night, authorities recaptured a 5th inmate. The jail's maintenance worker, Sterling Williams, was also arrested. Williams allegedly turned off the water in the cell where suspects fled through a carved hole in the wall behind a toilet. He says he was threatened into assisting the prisoners. The FBI's New Orleans office is offering a $10,000 reward leading to their capture.
Well, the Delta flight that filled with smoke earlier this year had no oil visible in the right engine. That's according to an NTSB report. In February, the flight made an emergency landing after the plane's cabin filled with smoke after takeoff. It still isn't clear whether the oil reservoir was nearly empty before takeoff. The investigation is ongoing. We'll have more news ahead.
But first,
we definitely got dry conditions finally coming back for your forecast for the end of the week. We'll kind of time out what that means for your temperatures going all the way through Memorial Week, and when we might actually hit 70 and maybe even 80. That all coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
The Hot Tub and Swim Spa Expo is at Hot Springs Spas and Pools in Onalaska this Memorial Day weekend only. Huge discounts on Hot Springs hot tubs. Hot tubs as low as $79 a month. Hot tubs, swim spas, saunas, and patio furniture up to 30% off. This weekend only at Hot Springs Spas and Pools in Onalaska.
I have been working at Firefighters Credit Union for over 20 years and been in the mortgage business for 30 years. We get a lot of people that like to shop around, and I encourage people to shop around for mortgages. And the one thing that you hear over and over is that we're for real. What they hear on the commercials is what they see when they come and see any of our employees. All these things together are what make Firefighters Credit Union the team you can trust.
'Cause everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
Hey Nick, what's your usual?
Yeah, please.
How's your day going?
Oh, pretty good. Air conditioning went out at the house, and I got some guys coming over to fix it.
Nothing that G&T can't take your mind off of, right?
Oh, absolutely, man. I can always depend on G&T to put my mind at ease.
Especially when I make them, eh?
Well, I'm talking about G&T heating and air conditioning. They have never let me down.
Call G&T. For the best heating and air conditioning, guaranteed.
Maybe I should switch to G&T.
We see you out there, building a life you love, knowing that when inspiration strikes, nothing should get in your way. At Blaine's, we're here to help with everything you need to make it happen at prices that make it possible. Like 5 quarts of Citgo SuperGuard Full Synthetic Motor Oil, $15.99 after mail-in rebate. All Fram oil filters, 20% off for rewards members. And Rain-X and Trico wiper blades, buy one, get one half price. Find the value you need to do things your way. Blaine's Farm and Fleet, being original.
Summer starts at Hy-Vee with Memorial Day savings Wednesday through Sunday. Whole seedless watermelon, just $3.99. Oscar Mayer hot dogs, just $1.77. Hy-Vee burger or hot dog buns, just $1.28. Ketchup, just 99 cents. Pork shoulder roast, just $1.48 a pound. Plus, save on ice cream, Lay's chips, fresh ground beef patties, Pepsi, and more. Save in-store and online Wednesday through Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
The Hot Tub and Swim Spa Expo is at Hot Springs Spas and Pools in Onalaska this Memorial Day weekend only. Swim spas up to $10,000 off. Saunas starting at $99 a month. Hot tubs, swim spas, saunas, and patio furniture up to 30% off. This weekend only at Hot Springs Spas and Pools in Onalaska.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
Looks like our damp conditions are finally coming to an end here with some sunshine for the end of the week. Unfortunately, our temperatures are still going to remain below average. We probably won't see average temperatures to the middle of next week and maybe above there afterwards. So still hold on there, but definitely better than what we've had with the 40s and near 50 for the last couple days. So more sunshine for tomorrow. Some areas may take a little bit longer in the day to see it. That'll continue on Friday. Can't rule out the fog potential with all the moisture that we have going into Friday morning if we clear out. Also, it's a pretty chilly air mass too, so some areas will get back in the 30s. In fact, far northern Wisconsin has some frost advisories going on for tonight, given the cooler air in place too. So some areas will have to contend with that. And it still looks, besides a shower chance and a small one of that, on Memorial Day, it looks fairly dry all the way through Memorial Day weekend. And we might be setting up another dry stretch too, a ways to look. So this dry stretch may continue all the way to early parts of June. So if you look at all the precipitation right now, by the time we get really past 1 or 2, it's really going to probably be just areas of drizzle, and that'll be about it. By the time 5 a.m., you can already see the clearing starting to approach Eau Claire. Further south, you might have a little bit of drizzle going on for the morning commute south of I-90, especially towards the Wisconsin River or adjacent areas in Iowa. But then we'll start seeing that clearing for La Crosse probably more towards late morning, and for all the way towards Prairie du Chien in those areas, probably not till in the afternoon. Now with the daytime heating and all the moisture, we'll probably see a little bit of cloud cover development in the afternoon. So you'll see that once again, but overall, we should still see at least partly sunny skies for most of the day with temperatures getting back up. Now as we go throughout the temperatures, I mentioned, here's your high temperatures back in the 60s. That's still below average, but definitely an improvement. Friday, as I mentioned, the cold conditions. We could have some areas get close to the mid-30s. You're going to have to watch these areas, and we'll see if it does tend out. It just depends how much clearing we get for the night. But it will be chilly for basically the end of May standards. Going into Friday, more sun in the morning, some more clouds in the afternoon, but remaining dry. So pretty much temperatures pretty close to what we saw on Thursday and Saturday. Very similar story, more sun in the morning, more clouds in the afternoon, but still holding on to maybe the upper 60s as well. Overnight lows won't be as chilly going into Saturday morning compared to Friday morning, so that's good. And then for Sunday, we're looking at maybe 70. There could be a few areas that do get up close to 70. Notice that with, once again, dry conditions continuing. And for Memorial Day, that outside shot of a shower is a system that passes to the south. So some of the areas south of I-90 may see a shower, but it's very light. Most of the daytime will be dry, and expecting temperatures in the upper 60s near 70. Once again, that's below average, but you can't beat that compared to what we had lately. And if you're looking for warmer conditions, once we get past the middle of next week, the pattern does tend to be more warmer than average, and its confidence is building, especially further north you go, that we're going to see above average. By the time we get to the early part of June, our average is approaching 80 degrees. So it gives you an idea we'll probably be in the low 80s given that point. So warmer conditions are on the way, but it's going to take a little bit of time until we see that probably towards the end of next week. Other than that, mid to upper 60s, then 70s, that shower chance very light on Monday for Memorial Day. And then we start getting back close to 80 by Wednesday and Thursday. And if you look beyond that, as I mentioned, I think we will be in the 80s for the following weekend too. And it does look dry. The stretch starting to end with maybe another dry stretch like we had in early May.
All right, a nice trend. Thank you, Greg. Coming up next in sports, push preserved, how many of the NFL teams that voted no to a ban on the controversial play, plus the Brewers hoping to bring out the brooms for the first time this season in an extra inning thriller. Jacob is next.
It's customer appreciation time at Wesco, and we're saying thank you with exclusive savings on furniture and bedding, and your deal is just one spin away. Every spin wins, whether you're upgrading your bedroom or furnishing your dream living room. Now's the perfect time to save in style. Your home, your style, your savings, your Wesco. Stop in and spin before this deal rolls away. And don't forget to tell them Peyton sent you.
We're an implant-focused practice. I think the advantage of a father-daughter practice is, I've been at this for 30 years now. I learned things that worked well and things that didn't work so well.
And it was fun to be able to just jump in and kind of complement that. I feel like it made both of us stronger. You don't expect it when you walk into a dental office. You don't expect the family aspect, but when you walk into our doors, we're going to give you that.
If you think you have a full mouth of challenges, come see us. Come down for a free consultation.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Or get 0.9% APR on 2025 Sierra 1500 models. Or get over $5,300 total value on select Sierra 1500 models.
At US Cellular, you can get the amazing new iPhone 16 on us, plus $300 off any iPad, like iPad Air.
That is a great deal. And now an unprompted song to express my excitement.
Just know both devices have Apple Intelligence with Genmoji to express yourself.
iPhone 16 stuns. iPad Air waits in the glow. Sweet.
We should start a band.
Yeah.
Get iPhone 16 on us. No trade-in or plan requirements, plus $300 off any iPad. US Cellular, built for us.
Covering all the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
Well, to push or not to push? That was the question for NFL teams at the league's spring meeting earlier today in Eagan, Minnesota, as some look to put an end to the controversial play. The ban was originally proposed by the Packers, and it was a tight vote, but the tush-push will stay in the playbook for some NFL teams. How tight was the vote? Well, if 2 more teams would have voted to ban it, it would be a thing of the past, as these types of changes need a 75% majority or 24 votes. Obviously, the major beneficiary from all of this, the reigning Super Bowl champion Eagles, who have run the play 108 times since 2022, with the next most being the Bills with 55 plays run. Philadelphia's Team X page with this post captioned, "Push on." Well, news dropping today that Notre Dame and Wisconsin will play their postponed Shamrock Series matchup at Lambeau Field on Sunday, September 6th, 2026, instead of Saturday the 5th. The game was originally set for October 3rd, 2020, if you remember, but was postponed due to COVID. The 2 teams met at Chicago's Soldier Field in 2021. The Fighting Irish won that one 41-13. The last college game at the historic venue Lambeau Field was in 2016, a Badger win over LSU. Brewers looking for their first sweep of the season this afternoon against the Orioles. 6th inning game tied until Rhys Hoskins gives Milwaukee the lead on a solo blast to left center. Then the crew down to their last strike, but Caleb Durbin delivers. Sal Frelick, come on down. We are headed to extras. Both sides would score 1 in the 10th, but in the 11th, Baltimore already with 1 in, and Adley Rutschman brings in a few more. That 3-run shot makes it 8-4, and that was your final as the Brewers fall in the finale. Twins and Guardians picking up a game that was suspended due to rain back on Monday. 8th inning, Minnesota up 2, and Harrison Bader adds to it with a RBI base knock. But Cleveland would storm back in the 9th. Full count, 2 outs. Bo Naylor rifles one out to right field. That caroms off the wall, and that brings in 2 runs, and we are all tied. Bottom half of the 9th, Twins getting a couple on, and it's Cody Clements up, and he laces one out to center field. Diving play cannot be made. Twins win 6-5. They drop game 2 of the doubleheader 5-1. And tomorrow marks the start of the NCAA D3 Outdoor Track and Field Championships in Ohio. Eagle men, of course, coming off a national title with 76 points. They are ranked number 1 in the country entering the meet. And the women are sending 22 members to compete. Ladies placing 2nd last year in Myrtle Beach. They won it all in 2023. We'll have updates over the next few days. All right, we are winding down in the 2025 spring sports season. Not many more of these left, so let's crown a new News 8 Play of the Week winner. Do not blink or you will miss number 1, UWL's Chase Osterhaus with a hot shot right back at him. Good reflexes or self-defense, doesn't matter. Fantastic play, and he spun a gem in a postseason win over Bethany Lutheran. Wildly enough, very similar play for number 2. Isaac Shelfout from Aquinas on the bump against Holman. Comebacker is snagged by the blue-gold pitcher. Delivers a strike to third for the double play. Important 8-3 win as well for Aquinas. All right, from one ranked baseball team to another, the newly ranked number 1 squad in D4, Seneca Royals. That's Jackson Konachek flying in from right field with the Webb Gem in a win over Westby. Royals have not lost since April 10th. Next up at number 4, back on Monday in Viroqua, everyone was chasing. Onalaska sophomore Chasen Witt was crowned champion at the MVC conference meet. Little chilly, little breezy, didn't matter, but because he turned in a 76 on the scorecard. And at number 5, the first girls flag football nominee of the spring. Handoff goes to La Crescent-Oka's Charlie Guile in a contest against Pine Island. Guile gets the touchdown in style, makes a couple defenders miss, and she scores. Lancers won that one by 60, 72-12. So those are the 5 choices. Voting is live, and you can find the poll on our website, news8000.com. For the sports tab, click on Play of the Week. Looking forward to that Badger game next year at Lambeau.
Yeah, it'll be so much fun. Are you going to go?
I was actually at the last one in 2016, so I think it's only fair.
You have to.
We gotta go.
We'll be there. Thanks,
All right,
Jake.
more news right after this.
As my go-to guy, can you fix my smartphone?
Yes.
Do you have car batteries?
Yeah.
What about golf cart batteries?
Of course.
Battery from a G-Fob?
Absolutely.
My boat?
Huge variety.
Toy boat?
Sure.
Motorcycles?
You bet.
My apartment building?
Whole building.
Do you have batteries for my party lights?
Yeah.
Batteries Plus, the experts in charge.
Bathroom remodeling. The Board Store is your one-stop shop for bathroom remodeling. We're a VA-approved provider for veterans as well as meeting the needs of all homeowners. Just replace the tub or shower? We offer acrylic, solid surface and tile, and all the desirable fixtures and accessories. New cabinets, sink, toilet, flooring. It's all here in our showroom. Designers who help you plan provide a clear proposal and a firm price. Carpenters, plumbers, electricians to do it right and on time. Bathroom remodeling, the Board Store. More than you expect for less than you thought.
Kick off your summer right with big seasonal savings at Fleet Farm. Kingsford 16-pound 2-packs of charcoal briquettes are just $17.99. Suffolk's braided fishing line is only $7.99 a spool. And get a free $25 gift card with every $100 you spend on select Columbia apparel and footwear. For more of the hottest summer specials at the best prices guaranteed, stop by your local Fleet Farm or check out our weekly ad at fleetfarm.com.
The results are in for the 2025 Best of La Crosse County. Head to bestoflacrossecounty.com to see the winners in every category. Here's one of the many businesses that won this year.
Presented by River Valley Remodelers.
Pivot! Shut up! Pivot! Shut up, shut up. Pivot!
Just like pivoting from heating to cooling season, it's a difficult adjustment.
Pivot in the summer, called TNT.
Pivot! Shut up.
Dahl Honda is proud to sponsor News 8 Now's Top Notch Teacher Program. It's always a highlight of our month to recognize the top-notch teacher and thank them for all they do for our students in school. Dahl Honda values the great work all teachers do for our children and community. If you know a teacher who deserves top-notch teacher recognition, please nominate them. Thank you, teachers, for going above and beyond and providing a top-notch education.
You got batteries for my side-by-side?
Yes.
Replace my flashlight?
Sure thing. What about my business?
Ooh, good one.
100%. Batteries for my fleet of trucks?
Gas floor scrubbers?
Yes, and fire panels. We have pallets of batteries.
Well, what about...
As your go-to guy, if it needs a battery, we have it.
Well, that's all you had to say.
Could have led with that.
Batteries Plus, the experts in charge.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Fleet Week kicked off in New York City, offering a salute and a world-class view.
The event starred Navy ships and Coast Guard cutters. Crew members lined the decks as they cruised along Manhattan's west side. The annual Fleet Week is a tribute to sailors, Marines, and the Coast Guard for their work to safeguard the nation.
And this year marks the Navy's 250th birthday, so ships will be on display starting tomorrow.
Well, I heard it's quite a party when they land in Manhattan.
I bet you.
Yeah,
and quite a sight to see for sure if you're there in person.
Absolutely, and happy 250th birthday.
Yeah.
Navy, long time. All right, Greg has a final look at your forecast right after this.
For over 25 years, Window World's provided quality products for homeowners around the country, including windows and doors. Every window we sell is custom made for optimal energy efficiency and superior durability. Plus, a vinyl finish means they'll never need painting. Just like our windows, entry doors from Window World are made to last, featuring a durable fiberglass construction that provides up to 4 times the insulation value of wood. When it comes time for new windows or doors, trust America's exterior remodeler. Trust Window World.
Hey, what's up with no seatbelt?
We're not going far. Just heading to town.
Really?
Don't worry, folks. I got this.
What the?
Come on, man. You're more likely to get in a crash on a shorter trip. So buckle up every trip, every time.
Got it?
Got it.
Click it or ticket. Together, we can save lives.
Here at Schneider Heating, we have a huge emphasis on culture, getting along, working together. We follow through on our promises, and we get the job done.
We will do what we need to do to ensure that you are safe, comfortable, and happy.
We have a lot of veteran installers who really care, and even more put their mind at ease by installing Carrier equipment.
We're not just putting in a furnace. You know, you're hiring the whole company. You're hiring our service department, our install department. Just a ton of experience. We're very helpful.
If you've been waiting for the best time to buy furniture, this is it. The King Furniture Memorial Day sale, where everything in our showroom has been reduced. Find huge savings up to 60% off throughout the store. And don't forget, you can trade in your old furniture for savings on something new. Plus, we'll haul it away and deliver your new furniture free. These deals only last through Memorial Day weekend, as we will be closed Memorial Day to remember and honor our nation's heroes. Don't miss the King Furniture Memorial Day sale going on now.
At Taco John's, we serve a higher standard of flavor with grilled chicken, creamy fiesta sauce, and always hot potato olays. That's what we call West Mex. Try our freshest lineup yet with a new Fiesta menu only at Taco John's.
News 8 Now wants to help you create memories with your family by watching movies on the big screen. Friday Flicks with Vicki Nichols of Sparta Cinema will tell you all about upcoming must-see blockbusters, plus exclusive deals at the theater. Watch this Friday at 5 a.m. on News 8 This Morning, presented by Sparta Cinema.
All right, tomorrow we actually get back up in the 60s. That's still below average, but that's about a 15-degree jump from today, so you really can't beat that with some sunshine, too. Gets even better eventually towards the weekend, Memorial Day weekend for the most part. That shower chance is very small on Monday. Otherwise, near 70, and then the 70s next week. And if you're looking for 80, second half of next week, especially towards that following weekend, I think we will be back in the 80s. By that point, that's just a couple degrees above average.
Yeah, it keeps getting better and better.
That's right.
Never been so excited for 65 tomorrow.
Yeah. Something to look forward to. Thanks for joining us at 10.